morning, Unity Renaissance. Happy Sunday. We're going to get right into the announcements. Starting off with, I know most of you have probably been looking at the wonderful art that's here in the sanctuary. The artist for all of that is Miss Michelle M. Johnson. The title of the gallery is In Between Heaven and Earth and Emergence. You will see this art up until the end of June, so make sure if you want a piece, make sure you talk to Miss Sandy or Miss Marcy, and of course 30% of the proceeds will be going back to Unity Renaissance. And right after the service today, you're going to see a bunch of people in white button-up shirts coming in with chairs and stands. Those are the Sounds of Joy Choir. They will be performing after church today at 1:30. It is free and it is open to the public. If you have nothing going on or you just really love hearing their music, please, after service, come over and sit and enjoy the beautiful music. And next weekend, we will be celebrating the weekend with the amazing Eddie Watkins Jr. Love his music, I've always have. Now on Saturday, June 20th at 7 p.m., he will be doing a Motown and Miracles concert. Highly recommend going to his concerts, they're always a great time. And of course, if you can't, well, he'll be here Sunday on Father's Day singing along with the Unity Music Team. And on the last Sunday of June, June 28th, our guest speaker will be none other than Miss Esther Nicholson. She'll be a guest speaker, but she will also be doing a workshop after the service at 1 p.m. called the Divine Invitation. Tickets are $40. Make sure you check that QR code right over there. But she will also be doing private healing sessions. If you're interested in that, make sure you email her down at the bottom at esther@esthernicholson.com. And of course, it is Pride Month today. Pride in the Peak is happening over at Chesapeake City Park. It's less than a 10-minute drive from here at church. It's happening until 5 p.m. tonight. Make sure you go check it out. Go find the Unity booth. There's amazing vendors, music, food. There's so much happening. And of course, if you can't make it to that one, Saturday, June 27th is the Hampton Roads Pride Fest at Town Point Park in Norfolk. If you don't know where that is, it's kind of close to the Nauticus. It's happening from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Again, Unity booth will be there as long as amazing food, vendors, costumes, everything. Make sure you go check it out. And of course, if you are willing or wanting to volunteer to be a part of that booth and to be a part of the amazing energy there, make sure you email Miss Deb at deboraham@gmail.com. And if you have any more questions or you want more info, make sure you check out and scan those QR codes over there right next to me. The Board of Trustees will be holding their monthly meeting on Thursday, June 25th at 6 p.m. This will be via Zoom and Zoom only. All Unity members are more than welcome to attend. If you would like to attend, make sure you contact the business office so you can get your own Zoom link. And for the final announcement, on the 5th of July, we will be doing an event, grilling and games. More info to follow. And with that, y'all enjoy the rest of the service and the amazing music.
Good morning, Unity. How we doing today? Please stand to your feet if you can and help us sing this first song, Choosing Love. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Y'all sound good. I think we can get louder though. Let me hear y'all. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. All right, now's the time in our service where we turn and greet our neighbors with a friendly handshake, hug, or bow. And we repeat to them the divinity salute, the divine in me, greets the divine in you, and we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God. Peace and our plan is growing because I choose love. Let love be present is what I'm made of. I choose love. We're all a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance Spiritual Life Center. How is everyone today? Good morning. So very happy to see you. My name is René. I get to be the minister of this beloved community, and I've chosen love, which is why I chose to be here and why we choose to be together and why we come together every Sunday. So I'm very excited for this particular service. I'm excited to see everyone who showed up. Look around, take a look, see the faces of the divine, see the unfolding and the movement literally of the mind of God, because that's what you are. You are God in extension and expression, and it is actually so much fun. And so speaking of fun, this is our day of the month, the week in which we celebrate everybody who was born, who had their appearance date in June. So if you had your appearance date, your birthday in June, please stand up and stay standing while and wait for 1 second. We're going to sing happy birthday in just a little bit different way. How are you going to lead this?
Happy birthday
To ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Yeah, happy birthday. I'm about to let a little secret out. So that's Stevie Wonder's version of Happy Birthday. That's how we sing it at Agape. When I was out at Agape International with Reverend Michael Beckwith. And I always say how I don't sing, but on certain people's birthday, I call them up and I leave that as a message. So I am a recorded artist. So welcome to Unity. What is Unity? Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to spirituality and to Christianity. We follow the teachings of our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, who discovered or elucidated really a practical pathway to healing. And so this month we're talking about healing. And part of that practice is affirmative prayer. And later in our service, we're going to be honoring all of our prayer chaplains as we do a prayer chaplain induction. But for today and for right this moment, as usual, I'm going to invite our prayer chaplains to please stand. And you might have to look back because most of them are in the back, and then we have Shelley Meyer here in the front. And so we'll learn a little bit more specifically what they do, but what I know and what you have experienced is that they hold the prayer consciousness for our community. And in that is a demonstration of one of our spiritual practices that is the cornerstone of Unity, and that is healing through prayer. And so with that, every Sunday there is a meditation service at 10:15 in the chapel, and they are also available for one-on-one prayer after the service. And so how grateful we are for our prayer chaplains. But at Unity, we all pray. And so the invitation right now is for us to pause, to turn within. And truly what prayer is a miracle-mindedness. And in this miracle-mindedness, we perhaps, as we take breath, as we pause and breathe, that we begin to notice that we center within ourselves, that we drop from the head to the heart. As the body eyes close, it's symbolizing that we're looking away from conditions and appearances, which we call effect, and we're consciously turning in to cause. So we breathe here. That cause is spirit. That cause is the all that is, the one that we may call God, known by many names, but is the extension, the expression, and the creative urge and force that is called love. A love intelligence that created everything that is in wholeness, in perfection, and in harmony, such that all of creation operates according to this divine order and all needs are met. Nothing is lacking. That there is a peace and a peacefulness. There is an abundance in this all needs met. And there is the wholeness that we call healing. How grateful I am to remember that each of us is a divine emanation of this love intelligence, of this divine power and presence. So I invite us to pause and take a breath. Place the hand before the heart in some way, or tap the shoulder. As you may even say this, as God is, I am. As God is love, I am love. As God is peace, I am peace. I am the extension and expression, the channel for God in form in this experience. When we join here in consciousness, all power under heaven and earth channels through us. And so, in this moment, since it is done as we declare and decree, I decree and declare this time is blessed, we're blessed. I say something wonderful and magnificent is happening, that it is good and very good, and that we allow it. I call forth miracle-mindedness. I call forth a shift in perception right now, or at some time during this service. And it is exactly what each individuation of spirit needs in this moment. As we receive it, we go forth from here and we multiply this consciousness. We blanket it. We blanket the world, our families, our work with this consciousness, and behold, we see things anew. This is the consciousness I'm talking about. This is what I'm grateful for. This is the consciousness that sets us free. And I celebrate it this day. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, Infinite Spirit, that this is already done. We let it be. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Aho. Ashe. And we breathe, and we keep breathing as we lean into the consciousness of the word that will be spoken. Oh, in a minute. I went ahead of myself, and that's okay, because I'm just going to invite us all to stand now. And as we stand, we're going to share I got carried away in my own prayer. Whew, okay. It just feels so good to pray. It truly does. And so what brings us together as one is a vision and a mission. So let's speak our vision together. A spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And our mission, we transform lives that transform the world. And these are our affirmations that appear in the daily word, and these are for June. I'll say the first word, and then we'll say the affirmation together. The first word is love. Every beat of my heart radiates harmonizing power of divine love. Healing. I breathe into the healing power of God, the renewing pulse in my body, mind, and spirit. Guidance. All wisdom is within. I turn within to know all that I need to know in the silence. Prosperity. Celebrating unexpected blessings. I live well today. Peace. One with God and one with all. I am a peaceful presence. Thank you, Shelley.
Today's reading is from The Way of the Heart. Love heals all things. Lesson 6. Titled The Primary Characteristics of Mastery. Joshua ben Joseph. Fearlessness is the primary characteristic of mastery. And mastery is not having great power to make things happen. Mastery is only the recognition that what is true always, and there is no other choice. Free will does not mean that you have the right to believe that you can succeed at being other than what God created you to be. Having free will does not mean that you can elect not to take the only curriculum that life is offering to you in every moment. It means only that you do have the right to put it off yet another day. And each time you put it off, you slumber in your suffering. But when you elect to take the only curriculum that matters, when you elect to use the power of your free will to say, now, from this moment on, I will no longer tolerate error in myself. No more games, no more dreams. I am committed to being only the presence of love, for that is the truth of who I am. It matters not the opinions of others who are yet resisting that decision. Then indeed, all things under heaven and earth move to support you, to guide you to the right person, the right place, the right book, the right sunrise, the right meadow, in order to assist you in dropping the shackles of the obstacles to the presence of love that you have created as an idol and as a substitute for love. Please stand as we sing the Lord's Psalm together.
For to love with all my heart, even when it makes me cry. I'm learning to surrender what I cannot change, so I can face each new day unafraid. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. I'm unafraid of truth, it leads to understanding. I'm unafraid of sorrow, it keeps my heart expanding. My life's a patchwork quilt of all the memories made, wrapped inside it I feel unafraid. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. We trust what our heart tells us or what other people say. Either way, regret catches up to us one day. But every risk I took and every price I paid was a step to where I'm standing, unafraid. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love. Unafraid when I live from love, unafraid when I give from love, unafraid and it fills my cup when I live from love.
Yeah. So I got to say, I pretty much, when the reading says, what's the characteristic of mastery, and it says fearlessness, I want to go, no, not that, anything but that, right? It's like, gosh, you just ask too much of us. Ever feel that way? Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that our teaching is so very simple. Not always easy, but it is simple. What we're given is truly, what I always say, is a binary proposition. Binary meaning two, it's one or the other. You've got a 50% chance of getting it right. in any given moment. Whew, isn't that a relief? I like those odds, but you know what? In truth, what the teaching actually says is the choice is between love and fear isn't real. So when we choose fear, we're in a dream. We're in an illusion. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't experience the effects of living from that mindset. We certainly do. But there is an off-ramp anytime we choose it, and it's pretty immediate. It's hard to tell sometimes right when you're in it, but the look back, it's like, oh yeah, something happened, and it shifted. I see a lot of nodding heads. And so my invitation has been for you to note that. Notate the times when you have overcome fear. Notate the shifts, because when that happens, that's a miracle. That's healing. And so the choice is love or fear. And A Course in Miracles would say that the only thing that is real is love. And so we're choosing love. The title of our conversation today is Fearless in Unity, Limitless in Life. Fearless in unity, limitless in life. I think this is a bold statement. How does it land for you? How does it feel? Do you feel that when you're in unity consciousness, or when you're in this community, that you feel fearless, or maybe perhaps saying that you experience the presence of love? Because I know I do when I'm amongst this community and in it. I feel love, and when I'm feeling love, I'm not in fear. There's an absence of fear. And when we're practicing love, when we're choosing, when we dedicate our life, when our main desire, our only desire, is to be as God created us to be, to live the truth that is true always, which is that love is the only reality. When I choose that, I'm happier in life. I'm trusting. Last week we talked about last week we talked about the fact that our teaching says that love embraces all things. Love embraces all things. Love allows all things. Love accepts all things. It trusts all things. I don't know about you, but like for me, I'm not always able to embrace all the things in my life. I'm not always able to embrace the disappointments or the fears or the threats or a diagnosis, like those things. It's really hard to embrace those things or to allow them or to even trust them. But what our teaching is saying is that you may not be able to of your own self, but there's something within us that can. And that something within us is that God consciousness, that love consciousness, that Christ consciousness, and it's within each one of us. I had talked about the idea that I think I showed a picture of a tree, and that I had visited my home, and that the tree represented home base. And the game that we played as a little kid was hide and seek. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and everybody disperses, and if you're it, you try to tag somebody before they get to home base. And where we're at today is we're kind of letting go of that game, because life has become that game in a way. We go off in the world and we play hide and seek, and the primary thing that we hide from is our true nature, our divine self. And we're giving up that game. We're just saying, you know what, I give. I'm going back to home. I'm going back to home base. I'm going back to letting love embrace me. Let love allow me to be who I am, just as I am. I don't need to put on pretexts for anyone. I'm going to allow love to allow me to be embrace me, accept me, so that I can transcend that which I fear in life. And I had shared this idea that we're all these filaments of light, like the lights in the ceiling. We're all like a light bulb, the Christ. And that we're walking around trying to plug into the light and the love out there. But there's only one socket that it will fit in, that will illuminate us to our fullest, brightest selves. And that is that love consciousness, that God consciousness. And so the humility is that of my own self, you guys, I can't do it. Of my own self, I can't do it, but there's something within me and something within life and the universe that can. And so how do we choose love in the midst of fear? Well, as I was contemplating this, I had this thought that maybe I don't really understand the usefulness of fear or the genesis of fear. And that I had the idea, which isn't revolutionary at all, that fear is a useful instinct that helps to keep us safe. And then I come to find out, oh, yeah, that's true, and that science actually supports that. And so I love this idea of what I learned. It says that as humans evolved, there's this little almond-shaped this piece of our brain called the amygdala, and that the amygdala is actually the brain's alarm system. So if I can understand how fear operates properly, then perhaps I can understand how love can move in. And so if the brain's alarm system is this little thing called the amygdala, I'm going to share some of the things that I learned. This is what is responsible for our fear response. And it's like a smoke detector. So when the smoke is there, when there's a danger or something to actually be feared that is threatening our lives, the alarms go off. And it's the early warning sign. So before we're even conscious that there's a threat, this amygdala actually sends out a warning to our body, and it activates our body to respond in a certain way. It increases our heart rate. It increases our breath. Our muscles become tense. The adrenaline and the cortisol in our bodies are released, and it activates that fight, flight, or freeze response. And you guys are familiar with this. It has been a survival tool necessary for us to evolve to where we are today. It saved us from dangers like saber-toothed tigers and all kinds of scary, dangerous events and other creatures in the world. And while we have changed and our culture has changed, our biology hasn't that much. And so the body now, 50,000 years later, there are no saber-toothed tigers. But there's something within us where fear gets activated just as if there were that type of threat in our lives. But we can't, and the body can't really distinguish the difference between a tiger behind the bush or something that goes wrong next month, or an unpleasant email, or financial challenges, or difficult conversations, or a medical diagnosis. Those things that we've talked about, we have the same response if we're unconscious about the threat. If we add to this the fact that in our evolution, our frontal cortex developed, which gave us the ability of one of our 12 powers, the power of imagination. That part of the brain is responsible for that. It also impacts planning, memory, and self-reflection. So what that adds to the burden that is uniquely human as far as we know is regret, where we replay memories of the past and it haunts us in our present. And then we feel guilty about our past. We catastrophize about worries that could be in the future. And we construct elaborate worst-case scenarios. Have they been looking in my journal? Can anybody relate to some of the things that I'm saying? Yeah, and so, I mean, it helps to have an understanding of the biology of this. And okay, so you add to this that there's built-in a negativity bias. So it's not just the news that's negative, it's the bias that fear actually gets more attention as a survival mechanism. Because whether or not you miss a beautiful sunset doesn't threaten your life. But if you miss that tiger behind the bush, you could die. And so it is, it's built in that the negativity is going to get our attention. And so why would we come into an experience like this of the only way that you can be masterful in this experience is to overcome all of that? And it just seems like the cards are against us sometimes, doesn't it? And fear then becomes a habit. It becomes a way of life. It's almost like a drug. And it's like you kind of get off on it. And because it's a way of being. But when it's chronic, it leads to depression, anxiety. It leads to a reduction in the effectiveness of our immune systems. It stresses our cardiology system. And it impacts our ability to think clearly, to make the decisions, and to be creatives in our lives. So why would I tell you all about, like, why it's built in to be fearful, when I'm also saying fearlessness is the one characteristic that we require for mastery and for choosing love? It's to pause and take a breath, and to let ourselves off the hook, and to be gentle with ourselves, and to have and to invite an understanding, and to remember our spiritual teaching, that we are spirit first. We're spirit before a body. We're spirit before a biology. We're spirit, and that aspect of us is built in too. And the more we focus on that, the more we receive that. And love is the antidote for everything that I just listed. Just one thing: love. Love. And what does love do? It embraces. We're not a teaching of avoidance. We embrace all things. We trust all things. We allow all things. So what do we teach our children when that fire alarm goes off and a fire is happening, and maybe somebody catches, like their clothing catches on fire? What do we teach our kids to do? We teach our kids to stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. So based on this idea, I created a spiritual response to fear. We're going to stop, drop, and roll, my friends, just like we did when we were little kids. But the stopping, dropping, and rolling is just a little bit different. So we're going to stop and do what I say always from the beginning of time, from the beginning of being here. We're going to stop and pause, and we're going to start breathing. We can practice that right now, because I got all worked up about those tigers behind that bush and all that. Oh my God, that story. I'm going to pause and I'm going to take a breath, and I'm going to breathe. And just that very act impacts the biology of that fear response within the body. The heart begins to slow. The mind stops racing. And we begin to bring our attention and our awareness to being present, to being present. And we can affirm, I am safe in this moment. Affirm that with me. I am safe in this moment. This pause is the interrupter of the fear, of the news feed, of the voice for the ego in your mind. The voice for the ego, the voice that says it's edging out God, or edging God out, the acronym, edging God out. That voice is incessant, is it not? And when we stop, it's like we're approaching an accident on the highway. We're not going to speed up and let that voice continue. We're going to stop. We're going to put on the brake, and we're going to drop. And we're going to drop into love consciousness. We're going to breathe. And we're going to remember that love embraces all things, allows all things, trusts all things, and thereby transcends all things. I'm going to ask myself when I drop into this love consciousness, which voice am I listening to? And what would the voice for love say? The voice for God in this moment. And then we're going to roll. We're going to roll into a new way of beholding life. Perhaps our eyes are closed when we stop and drop. We're going to allow the vision of Christ to drop into our awareness. We're going to behold whatever it is and be willing to see it differently. So that's the spiritual response. There's a quote that I just love, and it talks about how whatever the impediment to action is, the impediment of action advances action. So whatever it is you think is the obstacle to love, whatever your impediment is, that is exactly what is showing us what the next action is. And what it says, the quote goes on to say, that what stands in the way becomes the way. Whatever seems to be in the way becomes the way. And so I just breathe there. It affirms for me that my life, just as it is and just as it isn't, is actually perfect. That challenge that is causing a fear response is actually my opportunity to stop, drop, and roll and choose love. It's the opportunity to practice what we preach. I got news for us all. We can listen to all kinds of great stuff, great speakers, beautiful, inspiring music, but unless we put it into practice, it's not going to make any difference in the world. This is a teaching, and we are a community that walks the talk. And the walk this week and now is to do that spiritual stop, drop, and roll. The moment we feel fear, and you're going to feel fear probably before we're going to realize it's fear. Oh my gosh, my heart's racing. Oh my gosh, I feel anxious. Oh my gosh, I'm worried about the future. Or I'm regretting the past. Or I think somebody or something has to be different than what it is. All of those are telltale signs I'm in fear. And they happen, frankly, thousands of times a day. So I've got 1,000, goody. I got 1,000 opportunities a day to practice what I preach. Gosh darn it. 1,000 of them to do that. And in any given moment, we can remember how simple the choice is. Fear as an instinct. Fear is something that was a gift, is a gift. We don't need to vilify it, we just need to understand it. Remember, we're a teaching of embrace. So fear as an instinct, but love is a choice. And you have free will. You can choose all day long. Thousands of times you get to choose. You get to choose love. So the body was designed for just moments of fear. But you as a spirit are designed as love and to be the extension of love. And it restores us to our true nature. It allows the body to respond, and it refuses to let fear become the ruler. And so we're going to go ahead and move into meditation now. We're going to practice right now what we say we believe. So we're going to stop. We're going to pause and breathe. We're going to remember we're safe right now, right where we are. As I breathe, I allow the body to relax. And with each breath, the thoughts to become still. I allow the voice that I am hearing to guide. I tune in and tune out as needed. But as I drop into love consciousness, I consider that Yeshua is available right now, the one I call Jesus, the one I know to be the Christ of my being, available now. Not because of a person, but because of a principle of oneness. I know that the one that was called Miriam, that we know as Mary, she's available right now too. So Saint Germain and the whole lineage of masters, all available. As we breathe in and breathe out, that realm is surrounding us and conspiring with us in life for good. I am not alone. Say that. I am not alone. When fear arises, I remember I am not alone. I ask for help, and the legions of angels and masters and holy friends, whose number is infinite beyond comprehension, embodied and not embodied, spirit body, sent from God right now to assist us over any ditch that fear seems to bring. I remember fear is nothing more than an illusion. Before I start rolling, before I start moving, before I open my eyes, I imagine I have a wand in my hand, a cosmic magic wand, and I just wave it, and it dissipates that which I fear into the nothingness from which it came. Breathe. I am free. Say, I am free. Love is all I need. Love is what I am. Love is what I see. Breathe. And have a holy tryst with Spirit just for a moment in the stillness. bow ever so slightly to the divine within and all around, and give a gesture of gratitude as we allow the music to carry us with the only truth that is true always. And we listen. And we sing.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can say that can't be said. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love.
All
Love is
you
all you need. All you need is love.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
All you need is love.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Thank you, Cookie. And so, love is all we need and love is all we give. And so this is our time of giving. This is our sacred love offering. And so as the baskets are being passed, I'm inviting you to bless the ushers who are passing the basket. Bless the gift that is being made. Bless the giver that is giving right now, perhaps electronically, perhaps writing a check, perhaps placing some cash in that basket. Did you know that money is the energy of love in action? And all that matters is the consciousness with which we give. And as we give, it goes forth and supports this community and its vision, its mission, and all the activities that we do. And so we're so very grateful for this gift and this offering as we sing, all you need is love. All you need is love.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. All you need is
so we rub our hands together. Hey, sweet Linda. We extend our hands in the direction of the love offering, and we say together, divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. We thank you. Thank you. So, now is our opportunity to do our induction of our prayer chaplains. And so this is an opportunity for the community to recognize the prayer chaplains and for them to declare their commitment to this community. And so with that, I'm going to invite the prayer chaplains to please stand. And Mary, we're going to need to move that for right now. Thank you, though. And there's going to be a song that is going to play as the prayer chaplains process in. The lyrics will be on the screen, and you can feel free to join in. And Brittany, you're going to help us as well with the song. Thank you. All right. Lifts them high, it heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. A prayer of love lifts them high, it heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. And so that's what our prayer chaplains do. They heal us, they sustain us, and they set us free. And so how very grateful I am. I'm going to have my back to you guys for a minute, but I'm going to be addressing the prayer chaplains. And so it's the prophet Isaiah who says, "Whom shall I send, Lord, to go forth for us?" And you have each replied, "Here I am, send me." What I know and experience with each of the prayer chaplains is compassion, the compassion to listen with an open heart, the courage to take heart and to see beyond appearances and to speak the words of truth for an individual in the midst of appearances that feel oh so real. Prayer is an act of fearlessness. It is a call to self-mastery, the act of listening for the voice of God amidst the roar and the din of the voice for fear and the ego and the stories it tells. Your commitment is to practice interrupting that voice for fear in your own consciousness while lovingly listening with compassion, because like all of us, we experience that, so you know, but you're choosing something higher, a higher consciousness aligned with God, aligned with divine identity, because you know that each is a wholly beloved child of God, and you behold them in that innocence and with that wonder and with that love. And so it is a high call indeed. We're so grateful as a community to have your upholding, healing, affirmative prayers in your lives, but in our lives. We know that there's ever only one prayer. When we're in unity, we're praying that one prayer for all. And so you've answered this call to prayer. You've said, send me, Lord. I will go. And what you have done is you've participated in an annual training, committed to daily spiritual practice along your journey, and it's based on love, faith, prayer, and gratitude. And you've demonstrated an active commitment to our church, to the ministry, and to the principles and beliefs. Gosh, you hold a spiritual space for us. And that's what we are. That's the basis of this community, to remember that and to have somebody know it for us and with us. You lovingly listen, hold that space, and you speak the word. One of the most powerful things that we have is our word. And words of truth heal and transform lives. And you hold all of this in strict confidence. So what is said amongst a congregant and a prayer chaplain is held in confidence. It's a sacred space. And you demonstrate a genuine interest in the well-being of others, of your prayer chaplain colleagues, and the ministers of this community. We're so grateful. So I just say, what does this commitment look like, just for those of you who may not know? But it's like at least 5 hours of prayer chaplain ministry each month, monthly calls, offering prayer to those who have signed up for prayer calls, maintain communication with our director of the prayer chaplains, Reverend Ann Michael, and our trainer, and attends meetings and annual training sessions. It's a beautiful commitment, and it takes time and consciousness. So in the awareness of the activity that Holy Spirit has called, and you have answered yes, that has led to this moment, I just invite you to drop into your heart space right now, to pause. We're going to drop. And I'm going to ask some questions. And the answer, if you wish, is yes, yes, I am. Are you willing to accept this commitment and this dedication? Are you willing to remember to open a space for God in all circumstances? Yes. Yes, I am. Are you willing to do your best to stay prayed up? Yes. Are you willing to support the other members of the prayer chaplain team and the ministers? Yes. Yes, I am. And are you willing to practice? This one's should have been first. Are you ready? Are you willing to practice self-care? Yes, I am. Can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So are you willing to feed yourself first? Yes, I am. So I would like to now, at this moment, invite Donna Shannon, who is stepping into a leadership position to assist Reverend Ann Michael in her duties. So, Donna?
I'd like to uphold the prayer vibration of our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, from the Healing Letters as a reminder to pray. As a reminder to my prayer chaplain colleagues, how our connection with God first always allows us to channel that connection to the Word of God and flow through us in perfect ways. As you learn to see the fullness of God's life and love and power and substance in others, you will know that you need to pour out your own. You do not need to pour out your own for them. You have the knowledge and the light to call their attention to what they have inside and prompt them to use it.
So, blessed ones, you have said, yes, I will create a space filled with compassion and love for anyone seeking it. And so I thank God for each and every one of you. For your time, your energy, your dedication, and I thank you for the many, many visible and invisible ripples of blessings that go forth from this work play that you engage in. You are indeed an incredible gift to this ministry. And so I'd like to begin again by acknowledging the Unity ordained minister, Reverend Ann DeMichael, who has led this team with her giftedness, with her heart, with her time and dedication. We are so very grateful. Reverend Ann is the director of our prayer chaplain ministry, and I'm going to invite you down. And I say, well done, Reverend Ann. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a great honor this is to look at each and every one of you. I'm going to call you down in a moment. I'll say your name. I will put a stole on you. You'll step over to Rev René. But I really want all of you as a congregation to realize how much time and energy these folks put in and how they've been dedicated from a time perspective, as you can see the years that they've given service. So I will start with our beloved Sam Akampong, who has been a prayer chaplain since 2006. Deborah Amy, who has been a prayer chaplain since 2005. Donna Corbett, what we call a beloved newbie, that's why she has the asterisk next to her name, came on board in 2025. Hazel Gaines has been a prayer chaplain since 2015.
Oops. Thank you.
Lisa Grady, we are letting you know she's been a prayer chaplain since 2018, and she is currently in California, so we are honoring Lisa. Audrey Hilke, who has been a prayer chaplain since 2019. Peggy Lindstrom, who has been a prayer chaplain since 2018. My goodness. Deb Moorfield, prayer chaplain since 2014. Shelley Meyer, prayer chaplain since 2005. Tony Porton, beloved newbie who did his training in 2025.
Donna Shannon, prayer chaplain since 2021. Linda Tucci, prayer chaplain since 2015. Carolyn Williams, another beloved newbie who took her training in 2025. And I do want to take a moment to say how happy we are to have Rev René support the prayer chaplaincy so very much. Comes to meetings, is open to meet with us if need be. It's been a wonderful experience, an honoring experience, and I'm very, very thankful for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I'm going to invite you to receive the blessing. And I'm going to invite the community to please stand as we bless this amazing prayer chaplaincy ministry. We're going to rub our hands together. And I'm going to invite you to repeat after me, because I know some of you, we say it differently, but this is the way we're going to say it today. Uh-oh, I got all nervous. I might need some help. No. I know who you are as spirit.
I know who you are as spirit.
I know what you are as Christ.
I know what you are as Christ.
I know how you serve as love.
I know how you serve as love.
I bless you.
I bless
I
you.
appreciate you.
I appreciate
I thank God for you.
I thank God for
And I behold the Christ in you.
and I behold the Christ in you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations. So, I think we got all kinds of stuff. Sure. Okay. Realize that's a lot for you to go. Pardon me. We'll have to wait for the song to end. Then you'll probably have to wait for the microphone. We're ready.
We're at the part of the service where we're going to welcome the newcomers. If you're new today, welcome. If you're visiting Unity Renaissance for the first, second, or third time, please raise your hand with a 1, a 2, or a 3 to signify the number of your visit. And then an usher will bring you a card to fill out and a gift bag. After the service, meet a member of the connection crew in the connection corner to the right of the sanctuary, which is right outside here. And so we will go ahead and bring in the children now.
table at all, okay? Thank you guys. 2 showers already, baby, okay?
Wow. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are going to take a breath on these beautiful babies and look at their faces all together. They're just amazing. Oh my goodness. So excited that you're all here today. And we have 2 sharers, one from Tots and one from Kids. From what I'm understanding, I'm going to let the little ones go first. Yeah, Maylin?
Love makes me brave.
I just want you to memorize her face. She's going to take my job one day. So. I'm going to take credit for this one, too. My stepson.
There's always a choice between love and fear.
That's right. Well, that's because we had induction today. I'm going to keep it really short. I've been trying to get all you folks to try to do your fellowship out in the narthex in Meyer Hall, and today we're going to have to do that because Sounds of Joy are coming in today, and they have equipment, and I'd like for them to be able to set up in a relaxing pace and get ready for their show, which I hope all of you come and enjoy. With that, please stand for the prayer, protection, and peace song.